I will never forget watching that game on TV and thinking, what just happened?
I thought it was like a WWF wrestling match or something like that.
What do you think you were created for?
Tie Domi was as tough as they come. He'd fight anybody, anywhere, any place, anytime. Domi played in the NHL for how many years and he got fined $1,000? That's like going to brunch.
Tie Domi wasn't supposed to be an NHL star. Standing just 5 feet 8 inches and weighing 213 pounds, he was built more like a bowling ball than a hockey player. Born Tie Domi to Albanian immigrants in Windsor, Ontario, he grew up in the small town of Belle River. His first loves were soccer and baseball, but once he hit the ice, his destiny was clear. By age 14, he was already fighting 20-year-olds in Junior C. He wasn't looking for trouble. He was simply refusing to be bullied. Domi's path to the Ontario Hockey League, OHL, with the Peterborough Petes was paved with penalty minutes. In his first full season, he racked up 292 PIMs in just 60 games. But he could also play. He put up 43 points that same year, showing a glimpse of the well-rounded player he always insisted he was. The Toronto Maple Leafs drafted him 27th overall in 1988, but his first stint in the blue and white was short.
We think we've acquired a little bit of a lot of things, scoring and speed in Benoit Hogue, tenacity in DiPietro, toughness on defense in Grant Jennings, and our role player, Tie Domi.
He's probably one of the most popular Leafs to ever play.
He can play the game, as you've seen. He can shoot the puck. He's got a great shot. Wish he'd shoot more. He can make plays, and he's the best body checker on the Toronto Maple Leafs.
After just 2 games, he was traded to the New York Rangers. It was in the bright lights of Madison Square Garden that Domi truly embraced his role as a heavyweight protector. He became a cult hero in New York, famously standing up for teammates and taking on the biggest monsters in the league. He didn't just fight, he put on a show. He would famously fix his hair or adjust his jersey after a scrap, a psychological wink to crowd that said, "I'm just getting started." If you talk about Tie Domi, you have to talk about Bob Probert. Probert was a gold standard of enforcers, a 6 feet 3 inches terrifying force in Detroit. The rivalry between the two became the stuff of legend. In 1992,
finally tonight in New York, the Red Wings take on the Rangers at Madison Square Garden. That means that Bob Probert and Tie Domi will have the opportunity to rekindle their love affair that could only warm the hearts of Don King and Bob Allen.
Domi and Probert engaged in a fight that many consider the greatest in NHL history. At the end of the fight, Domi famously made a title belt gesture around his waist. He had arrived. Over their careers, they would fight 9 more times.
I've never seen really Bobby, really mad even to start. He usually gets mad after he gets hit a couple times in a fight, but I'll tell you, if you see mad before.
I got a lot of respect for Ty. I mean, for being for a guy his size that can handle himself like he does, I got a lot of respect for him.
He's just a smart fighter. He likes to spin sometimes. He likes to stay back and throw the bombs. He can hold on with the best of them, or he can just go toe-to-toe.
In 1995, the Maple Leafs corrected their earlier mistake and traded to bring Domi back home. For the next 11 seasons, Tie Domi became the heartbeat of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He wasn't just an enforcer, he was a celebrity. In a city that lives and breathes hockey, Domi was the everyman hero. He played during the grit and grind era of the late 90s and early 2000s under Coach Pat Quinn. Alongside Matt Sundin, Darcy Tucker, and Gary Roberts, Domi helped lead the Leafs to multiple deep playoff runs. He understood his job perfectly. Make sure the stars like Sundin had room to breathe. If anyone touched the captain, they had to answer to the fire plug wearing number 28. He eventually became the Leafs' all-time leader in penalty minutes, surpassing his childhood idol, Tiger Williams. Perhaps the most famous or infamous moment of Domi's career happened on March 29, 2001, in Philadelphia.
You never anticipate a fan breaking into the penalty box and getting filled.
Domi was sitting in the penalty box when a group of Flyers fans began heckling him. Domi took his water bottle and squirted a fan through a gap in the glass.
You know when you go to the zoo and there's always that one guy that's banging on the glass of usually the most dangerous animal in the zoo. And maybe you say to yourself, I wonder what would happen if that glass broke. That's what I thought of when I saw Chris Falcone fall into the penalty box with Tie Domi.
Let him into the box. Whoa! Watch the lawsuit, Ty. Watch the lawsuit.
The image of a fan falling into the box with Domi became an instant viral moment before the internet existed. Not every moment was a crowd-pleasing scrap. In the 2001 playoffs against the New Jersey Devils, Domi made a mistake that would haunt him. In the closing second of the game, he threw a vicious elbow at the head of Devils defenseman Scott Niedermayer, knocking him unconscious. Domi was suspended for the remainder of the playoffs, and the Leafs eventually lost the series. It was a rare moment where Domi's temper overstepped the unwritten rules of the Enforcer Code. He later expressed deep regret for the hit, acknowledging that it hurt his team when they needed him most.
I have done for us in New York, and obviously has done so well in Toronto for the last 8 years or 9 years, that he's given the team respect, and they know that if they mess with the players on his team, never mind whether it's Matt Sundin or anybody on the team, that they're going to eventually have to deal with Ty.
Tie Domi always hated being called just a fighter. As his career progressed, he worked tirelessly to prove he could play the game. In the 2002 to 2003 season, he scored a career-high 15 goals and 29 points. He was an elite skater for his size and possessed a surprisingly high hockey IQ. Off the ice, Domi was and is a master networking. He counts legends like Mario Lemieux and Mark Messier among his closest friends. He was a savvy businessman long before he retired, investing in various ventures and understanding that his tough guy persona was a brand. He was a father first, often bringing his son Max into the locker room, the same Max Domi who would grow up to wear the same Maple Leafs jersey and carry on the family legacy. On March 3rd, 2006, Tie Domi played his 1,000th NHL game. It was a massive milestone for a player whose career was supposedly built on a limited skill set. To reach 1,000 games as an enforcer is nearly impossible due to the physical toll the job takes on the body.
Congratulations, you are old, but that's a long time to be playing. It's a pretty impressive accomplishment, so congratulations.
Just want to say congratulations on 1,000 games. It's an amazing feat and definitely something that not a lot of guys can do, and congrats, buddy. Enjoy it.
1,000 games, that's an incredible achievement. Congratulations.
I hope one day I could, achieve what you are accomplishing tonight. I know it took like 45 years for you to do it, but we're so proud of you, buddy.
When he retired in 2006, he did so as the NHL's all-time leader in fighting majors with 333. He left the game with 3,515 penalty minutes, third all-time behind Dave the Hammer, Schultz, and Tiger Williams. But more than the numbers, he left behind a legacy of the ultimate teammate. He was a man who would take a bullet for anyone in the room, the man who made the fans feel safe, and the man who turned a 5 feet 8 inches frame into a giant shadow over the league. Tie Domi was the last of a dying breed. In today's NHL, the pure enforcer has mostly vanished, but Domi's impact remains. He showed that toughness isn't just about how hard you hit. It's about how often you're willing to stand up for what's right. Whether you loved him or hated him, you respected him. He was the Albanian assassin, the Belle River rink rat, and the king of the Leafs, Tie Domi, a man who proved that you don't have to be the biggest guy in the room to be the one everyone is afraid of